That's what it is. That was my last video. So
Yeah, I watched it. You and Liz. That was funny.
me and Liz. That's all
Yeah.
right.
So
So
have you started on the next assignment on the next project?
no, I mean, I've looked at it a few times, and I was just about to kind of start to get into it
Yeah.
when, but then I've had a crazy day, but that's kind of standard. So,
Oh yeah,
and I'm sure you're familiar with that since you're a cop.
very
So,
very much so. We're in the final phases of preparation because we start another police academy class on Monday. And our police academy it's not just a standard police academy. We're the people that work out there, we're all full time. We're full
uh-huh.
time instructors for the police department, and that's all we do. And so I'm still a cop, but my main job every day is to go out to the police academy. And because we're getting ready for this new class to start on Monday, we have been neck deep in getting all of our lesson plans done and getting everything set up so that we can go full tilt on Monday. And we're very paramilitary.
Okay.
Our police academy is 8 months,
Oh wow.
and we're our day one. Let's just put it this way: I get done with day one, and I need to go meet with my bishop every time. It's interesting. I feel like
It
I
is,
need to go
man.
meet with my bishop.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It's fun.
That's good, man.
So,
That's good.
well, do you think we're gonna get anybody else tonight, or is it gonna be a?
I doubt it. I mean, because I know Liz isn't going to be here tonight. She's at a
Yes,
funeral, I
Liz is
think she said.
out with her family, right?
Yeah. And then I doubt Jonathan will show. So
Yeah, I know.
last
I
week.
feel bad. It's like we got him for the first one, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I
So
know. So he commented randomly like a week ago. I'm like, oh, okay, like he's still around. Never heard from him.
yeah, I know. I saw that too. I was like, okay, interesting. All right. But well, should we make this a short recording then?
Yeah, I mean, have you done it at all? Have you messed with
Nope.
it at all?
So I did the mini project 5, and the one that you
Yeah.
guys talked about, and I've already turned that one in.
Yeah, that one
Um,
wasn't too.
that one really wasn't bad at all. I mean, I got that one done in probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's roughly where I was at.
Yeah,
So this one was pretty simple too, to me. Once you just get all the data figured out. So
yeah, yeah, same thing. And I haven't had a chance to open it yet because I had to work last night. So I worked from 6 in the morning until about 4:30, and then I ended up having to work at 7 o'clock. So I went and ate food and finished some homework for another class as quick as I could. But today I haven't had a single chance to sit down and do any homework at all. So tomorrow
gotcha.
and Saturday I'm going to get everything done for this class and for the small business creation. So
Gotcha.
yep.
How you liking that small business creations class?
Um, I like it. I had a little bit of a hiccup the first week because um, Friday night I was trying to get some homework done Friday and Saturday, and I lost access to Brightspace. I had zero access to Brightspace at all. I couldn't get onto the website. I couldn't do anything. So I
Really?
made some phone calls, tried talking to my professor about it, and he said, "Oh, nobody else had any issues with Brightspace." And I'm like, "Well, I literally tried getting the on the website from 3 different computers and 2 phones, and the website was down.
When
I
was this?
for me, it was the very first week.
Oh,
Very
I think I
first week.
remember you
So
saying.
all my assignments for the first week for a due date or first real week, so week 2. But all my assignments for the first real week, none of them could get turned in because I try to break up my classes so that I do one class for the first couple days, the second class for the second
Uh-huh.
couple of days in the week, and then my last class for the last couple of days, and try to juggle it around as much as I can. But I did that with small business creation, my small business creation classes or assignments for that class. I tried to do them on the weekend, and I had no access to the website over the weekend. He's like, "Well, nobody else had that issue, so here's your failing grades." I'm like,
Oh,
I'm maintaining a 3.97 GPA right now. And I'm like, well, that just screwed over my GPA. So
Hey,
whatever.
man. GPA. I'm not that high. But dude, that you know, get those
Well,
professors.
I'm not too worried about it.
It
You
should
know,
even out by the end of the year. So
yeah, yeah. It's my tuition reimbursement for the city only requires me to get a C out of the class.
oh sweet.
So,
Did you want to
but
own your own business after this? Is that where you're
you know, it's actually kind of funny. I've got a couple of ideas for some different products
that's sweet.
that are military and police specific.
I knew
And
that wasn't coming. I've known several cops that's what they do. Like after, 10 to 15 years in the force, like I got this idea. And they go out and they do something with firearms or with,
yep.
protective gear, and they do well with it. So go you, man.
Well, I've got a couple of ideas for some products, but then on top of that, so out here in Austin with the police department, we're able to work secondary contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually myself, I own a couple of contracts working on what they call West Campus for the University of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So the student housing in Austin, everything except for the on-campus freshman housing, everything else is privately owned. And so there's this company called American Campus Communities,
Mm-hmm.
and I am contracted with them, and they have 160 something properties nationwide,
Mm-hmm.
and their headquarters are in Austin. So I'm really good friends with a couple of the regional managers, and then the vice president of the company, one of the three vice presidents of the company. And I've really just networked and just worked my butt off to try to get a good reputation with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I started talking to them about creating my own consulting firm to where they would be my primary clients and creating security plans and different kinds of op plans for move-ins, move-outs, any kind of special occasions, anytime where they have any issues during major days on their campuses, like say for example football games or rush for fraternities and sororities and stuff like that. But just creating an operations plan to help them protect their buildings and the students that live there.
That's awesome, man. That sounds
And I figure if I can do that and get them to fly me around the country to all the different places, and then I can go in and just do trainings and I can set up their operations for them for their security operations. My gosh, even if I just got $1,000 per property, that's still
sweet.
$168,000. 160 something thousand dollars, I think is 168 properties, I think is what they've got.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So that would be pretty sweet.
That would be.
But have to break that up with a couple of friends that I know, but that's not a bad part-time job. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, I gotta know how to put together a business plan. I gotta know how to do all that kind of stuff. So that when I go to them, I actually look legitimate instead of just looking like some guy that's just randomly saying, "Hey, let me come work for you."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, what about you?
Well, my wife's a chiropractor, so we want to
Yeah.
own a clinic. So that's one thing. And then, I got a few other, ideas, just ownership with friends, some opportunities. Like one of the things I'm doing right now is I have a buddy that owns, actually just started this. He owns this business selling mini Lego figures, more or less. They're technically not Legos. They're custom mini figures. So he sells those online, and I just told him that if we split commissions, I'll go do like several different like Comic-Con shows and sell these little Lego figures for him. Since I'm a full-time stay-at-home dad, I'm like, I could probably just go on like a weekend a month, because he's gone to a few and he's made a killing. Like he has an insane amount. He has like over 400 to 500 these Lego figures, and people spend an insane amount of money on them. So,
jeez, no kidding, man.
He was talking to me about it. I'm like, dude, well, why don't you go to more? He's like, well, I can't. I'm like, dude, I will go do that for you if we split commissions. Like, that's not a problem for me. Like, I'll do one a month. I could still do the whole school online and stay at home thing.
Yeah.
Just like once, like that sounds good. So we signed a contract a few weeks ago. So
Cool, man. Good for you.
Yeah, no, it's like you just network and look for opportunity.
Yeah, and the more that I learn about this whole entrepreneurial thing, the more I'm understanding that it's more of who you know and how to maintain relationships properly than it is about the products per se or the processes per se. It's more of, hey, this is who I am and I'm trustworthy, so let's do business and branching out from there.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. So
it has a lot to do with how you live your life.
Yeah, a lot to do with how you live your life, people that you know, and how you interact with them.
Yep.
So it's good.
Yeah. So and I've been approached by several different people that I know that own different companies or that work in different places, and all of them have said, hey, if this whole police thing doesn't work out, we've got something for you here. I've got a really good friend who is the co-owner of a car dealership, a really large car dealership here in Austin.
Oh, really?
He has a ton of business. And he even told me, he's like, things don't work out, come on over. I'm like, well, geez, well, I know how much money he makes, and I'm like, that might not be a bad thing. Yeah, go sell some cars for you.
Yeah, it's good to have a backup.
So. Absolutely, man. So why not have a business degree to help me with my backup plan? So
yeah, amen to that. So that's what I'm right there with you. Just looking. That's what I think I've learned most about from these classes is just looking for opportunity, and then with who you're working with.
Absolutely.
But I think it's with that small business development class we had to do mentor interviews. Do you guys have to do that?
Yeah, the entrepreneurial interviews.
Yeah, like I made some really good contacts just reaching out to people that people in the ward and people that I just had didn't know, but some guys were really into that, and I got another part-time job with a guy that owns his own advertising agency.
Nice.
On the side, and so he just brought me on just to do small. I'm just an account coordinator for one account. That's
cool, man.
That's good stuff. So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's nice.
Well, so what's
for easy money while I'm at home? So
absolutely, man. Hey, so what do we have to look forward to with this next? Now, is it a mini project or an assignment? It's a mini project, right?
Yeah, it's a mini project. Okay, I'll just share my screen with you real quick so you can kind of see what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and I could be doing it the wrong way, as you probably So
I haven't even had a chance to dive into it. I've looked over the sheet, and that's it.
Okay, so can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so we have this information. We work for a home building company, and we're supposed to make 3 tables. So a summary sheet with 3 tables. Now, the main thing is that we don't have all the data input in the sheet that he gave us. So initially, when it comes to you, I believe it comes to you organized by month, like chronologically.
Okay.
January, February, March. It's just the first 3 months. And so what I did is, because you don't have, like you can see, like they don't have the base price here. They didn't have any base prices. So what I did is I came in, I organized it by housing plan, because your information is given to you by housing plan. So I just organized by housing plan, and then I've just been copying and pasting it into. I'll double check that. No, not her. Oh, I guess I already did that one. Yeah,
so the housing plans themselves have a base price, and you just have to input the base price into all the rest of them.
Yeah, and then you have to input the discount price too.
Gotcha.
Because you have to put in this price. So.
Okay.
And then, so I'm just dragging this down.
Because it's all going to be Pikes Peak. Okay.
So because it's all going to be Pikes Peak. Yeah. So that was my plan. Like, okay, just put all the information in, and when you watch the video, that's what they tell you to do, is just put all the information in first, because then you have to do some calculations over here. You have to do the, like, I think the actual price.
Yep.
What is it? You need to do, I forgot already.
So
then you have to make the equations for the net price. So what you have to do is you have to apply the discount to both base price and option prices per housing plan, which shouldn't be too difficult. So my plan for that, again, is just to kind of do the same thing I just did. And then, so for like the net price, you can do you're supposed to do actual equations.
Okay.
The net prices, which
do the equation for the discounts and the net price.
Yeah, so you put it in the discount, then you're supposed to do the equations here. So you take the base price times the discount or minus the discount, and then the optional price minus the discount will total your net price. And then your gross margins is your net price minus your cost of sales. And then your gross percent margins is your gross margins divided by your net sales and net price. So that's what you have to do, all those calculations first, which should be simple because you should be able to do equals, base price times the opposite of the discount, which gets you, and then plus optional price times the opposite of the discount or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then copy that all the way down. That should work. And then same thing with gross margin should just be simple. These three should be simple equations. And then once you have that, it's just filling out the data tables. So I think that the data table is what looks. I mean, that doesn't look too difficult because I didn't find the homework that difficult this week. So
no, the homework hasn't been bad. That exam. How did you feel about the exam? Obviously, we can't talk about the exam, but
I'm gonna stop sharing this real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
I never know how I feel about these things. I'm like, I think this is what they want, so that it's kind of like indifferent. Like I did the best I could with what I thought he wanted. I'm still slightly intimidated by Excel, although so far so good with what I've gotten back. But
I think the hardest thing was just trying to find the information.
That took. I remember I think I spent probably 4 or 5 hours on the exam, and most of that was just trying to find the information and then putting that into usable equations.
Exactly.
So, quantifiable equations so that I could, once I got that figured out, then it wasn't too bad. But
yeah.
So
yeah,
I ended up moving to Houston according to that thing too. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, cool.
Looking at all the things, I'm like, yeah, I think I'd rather move to Houston than anywhere else.
Yeah. Oh, sweet, man. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you going over that, and I'm gonna jump neck deep into it tomorrow. So,
all right, dude, sounds good.
Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Get the email sent out for Liz and Jonathan. Hopefully get Jonathan to start participating in these. I know Liz is with her family right now, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Cool, man.
I'll catch you Tuesday. Is that still good for everybody, or does Tuesday not work for you anymore?
No, Tuesday works fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Tuesday will be great. So.
All right, man.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday then. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, same to you. Later.
All right. Thanks, man. Bye.